Good evening, humans of all ages. It's Control Alt Assault here. This is some squad deathmatch on Grand Bazaar. The first part of this gameplay, I wasn't recording, and it was freaking intense. I got like, oh man, I don't know. I had like an 1,800 point streak going. It was just crazy. We were in pools, and we had the other three squads just pressing down on us from every direction. I've been on a Grand Bazaar kick lately. I don't know why. It's just like this map for squad deathmatch forces the action into the main alleyway or the main street, and it's condensed to the gold room, pools, rugs, and kitchen, which are all very close, and that's where a lot of this action is going to happen. Playing with my older brother, me and him decided to get on this afternoon. I actually had a day off from work. I took some leave, so we were just trying to see what we could do. Came in the game and we were down initially probably by like 20. The other team had the BMP, well, we still had the BMP, and nobody was destroying it. And then when we actually had a teammate try to take it out, they had two engineers on their team. And if you play a lot of squad on this match, you know that the BMP is not super effective on it because, like I was saying earlier, a lot of the action comes down to this room that I'm in now, the kitchen alley, and the room across from it in the pools, and the gold room, which is right up to the right. And because the BMP is so confined to those limited spaces outside of the main alley, unless you drive it right up in there and you risk getting it destroyed by a C4, support guy, it's not really worth it to use. But this other team had it in the beginning, and they were actually doing pretty well with it. They were racking up a lot of kills. I think at one point we were down like 11 to like 35 or something like that. But finally, somebody got some C4 on the thing and blew it up, and then after that, we kind of took over, and we settled in, and we held the middle control, which is very important in this map, especially in pools. That's my favorite area to go because a lot of people just flood in there. There's only two ways in, and you got two doorways. You can't get back rage like you can where I'm at right now in the kitchen, and for me, it's like the best spot to be in. You may disagree with that, that's fine. It's just where I get most of my kills, even though I am racking them all up in kitchen right now. So, maybe a little hypocritical right now. But, so what we're doing right now, we're trying to hold this down because I know the enemies are on the left. You can see them on the mini-map and pool, so I'm going to rush up here, but I know there's a guy in the kitchen. So, I end up pushing this guy here in a second. These guys are smoking everywhere. It was very annoying. They were doing it like the whole match. It kind of tailed off towards the end, not a big deal. So you can see the guy on the mini-map, and I know he's crawling under the little metal sheet thing there, however you want to say it, to pick up both of them. They weren't paying attention to me. They were more focused on my teammate over there. Luckily, like I was saying earlier, you can get back rage in the kitchen, and that's what happened right there. My older brother, I was telling him, I was like, hey man, watch our back. He did it miraculously. He crushed everybody that came around, thank God, or I would have been dead a lot earlier than I was. So this is a nice little spot for you. You can see all the way down, almost all the way to the banana, which if you don't know what that is, on the map it looks like a banana. It's just got like a long curve in the map, a long hallway, and that head glitch spot is very good to look all the way down there. You can't really see anything on the right, but you get the main rooms, tires and juice bar and all that, and there they go with the smoke. So right now I'm in pools. I knew these guys were coming out of rug. I threw that grenade earlier behind me because you can hear them scream out grenade, and if you don't feel safe poking your head out and you got a grenade, you can throw it behind you. I bounced mine off the wall, and they'll scream out. The enemy team will scream out grenade, and you can hear them, and then you'll know they're there, and you know that's a freebie. You don't have to poke your head out and risk getting shot at in the back or in the face or whatever. And goes some grenade spam and whatnot. Yeah, so I mean it worked. No one yelled out grenade. I knew they weren't there. I knew they would be coming soon though. I looked on the mini map earlier. They were in rugs, and I ended up cleaning up I think 4 of them. So I'm just trying to stay alive. I knew we were gonna get pushed here pretty hard. I go pick up this gentleman on the ground. What's his name? We had one guy. It's the other support guy on our team, and he was awesome. One of the first random teammates that I've really appreciated. He ran support. We didn't communicate with him or anything like that. We were in the Xbox Live party. But he threw down ammo every single opportunity he got. I think his name is Jibby GT or something like that, and shout out to him. I don't know about y'all, but as assault player, I like to spam bullets everywhere and just mag dump. If I see an enemy, chances are I'm going to use all 31 bullets trying to kill him. Number one, my aim's not that good, and number two, you know, you can't go wrong, especially if you got free ammo refills right there. You don't have to conserve your ammo. And that's kind of what I did there for the guy. He had an SKS. That guy is the bane of my existence, as you'll see earlier. Kill this guy rushing in. Again, he's just trying to hold down this room. They can't hit you in the back, so all you got to do is worry about those first couple doors. Stand in the doorway. Got to let them through. That's another thing. If there's a doorway and you see your teammate running back, don't sit there and try and block the doorway. I've gotten killed so many times trying to get in a doorway, and my teammates just stood there and just wouldn't move. My streak finally comes to an end right here. It's okay though. I don't get picked up or anything like that. I spawn in immediately, like this happens. Bam. Just mayhem everywhere. Those guys, unfortunately for them, they spawned at arches over there to the left, and we were just coming up banana right where we're at right now, you know, hardcore, and they didn't even see us on the right, so it was a massacre for them. Here we are, we're trying to get back close to the action in pools and rugs. We just wiped that team out, so we knew that, or I knew that they were, they had a good chance of spawning there, because the rest of the teams are on this area over here to the left, and you'll see me kind of peek behind me every so often. Put out a little bit of gameplay right there, just was a little bit slow. But here I start getting a good chunk of kills, a couple headshots, triples, whatever. I was telling my brother 320 into pools because, you know, they were all over that hard, and he was keeping their heads down so I could look down to that little stairway right over there and pick those guys off you just saw me do a minute ago. So nobody's looking behind us, and I know it's coming sooner or later. And without fail, it will. You'll see it here in a second. Result tries to push into the pools, and he actually takes one guy out. He's telling me to come on, but I just saw those dudes in the kitchen. I'm like, no, I don't think I should go that way. So I'm trying to cover his back right here, and I let him know that the guy's coming to the door. Unfortunately, he looks at the wrong door though, and those two guys. Yep, there it is, right behind me. And that's what happens when they sneak up behind you and nobody's looking. You go into cock a grenade, and you got to throw it in the doorway. So I don't know how any of those guys didn't die at all. I put some good rounds down range, and I kill 692. There you go. I do end up picking him off though. Pick on my teammate here. They're all on the left. They're in pools and they're in kitchens, and they're pushing out into the hallway pretty hard right now. So that's why you'll see me just kind of standing here looking back. I know they're gonna run up here. I know we got two teammates down right here. I go to pick them up, and lo and behold, you know, right there, bam, just like that. I poked my head out for one instant though, and I mean, look at the replay. Should I have won that? Maybe. Here I spawn right back in. I didn't see this guy initially when I went for the second revive, and usually that's not a mistake I make. Yeah, and then I spawn right back in, and this happens. The guy spawned right behind us. What I'm showing you these last couple deaths is just how fickle this game can be. Like I was before that, I was 87 and 8, I believe, when I caught like 3 deaths in a row, and it just completely threw my game off. So I mean, 88 and 11, I'm not complaining about that at all. I'll take that, and I thought it was still a good game. It just could have been better if I hadn't gotten those needless deaths, especially when I went to revive and I just saw that guy and I